people would want to know when Bobby left, what was the breaking point that you thought that it just couldn't continue?
Bobby got back into his drugs after the first couple of years. See, I didn't go into a lot of Bobby's life prior to Switch, where a lot of damage was done. But at the hands of his father, Bobby was abused severely, mentally, physically, sexually, and otherwise. Mm. It did a lot of damage. That's what drove him to drugs in the first place. Okay, while we were on our quest, brand new to Motown, brand new to Switch and all of that, he could maintain and he could hold on. But with certain affirmations and confirmations that he was somebody and things like that, not only did he get back into his drugs and his exploration, but his behavior came really bad, man, really bad. And me being the leader of the group, I could not let him destroy my group. So he and I were at odds. That's my brother, and I love him. And outside of this business, we'll be okay, and I'll help you deal as best I can with what you're dealing with. But I'm not going to let you destroy my group, Bobby. I'm just not going to do it. So we got at odds. And around the third album, we were talking about breaking up. Fortunately, we had another 3 years left on the contract. And of course, Berry Gordy interceded and said, I can't let you guys destroy this group. Y'all fix whatever needs to be fixed. And again, Bobby's my brother, and I love him. I always have. I always will. So, Bobby, we can do better than this for now, okay? So we did for a good year and a half. Then after that, we went out on the road, and the drugs was bad, and the exposure was bad, and people in his ear telling him, you're Switch, and forget the rest of it. And I'd had enough, and he'd had enough, and we went east and west. Wow. And then me and then Philip left. His brother James Ingram is the head over there.
Was that his brother? I didn't realize
that was his brother. Absolutely.
Oh, I love James.
Yeah. But Philip was successful before James. But James just okay. Well, when we left Motown, James quickly brought Philip over there to Quincy to Quest Records. So there was me, Jody, and then Tommy left to be with Bobby and his other siblings. So the only ones left were me, Jody, and Eddie. And I went and got us another deal at Total Experience Records. That's why the record, I don't know if you're familiar with Keeping Secrets, which is a huge record for us in the UK for years.
Yes. It's been,
Yeah, that's when we cut that over there.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I took the last three and we went on over to Total Experience. We cut one record and got out of that deal and then back out.
So. Wow. Well, I know that you have to go, but I want to see if it's possible for us to reschedule because I want to get into your career as a manager and then why you decided to reform Switch, but before so I'll communicate with you so we can set up another day for that. But in the end, before that, you've got a book called Switch, DeBarge, Motown, and Me. Where can people get it, and what is it that you wrote it? What can we expect from reading the book?
Well, okay, it's my autobiography, quite frankly, and it's the story of my young life. But even more important than that, it is the story of Switch up until we left Motown and broke up. In fact, I'm working on the second book, have been for a while, because it tells the story of what happened after we left Motown, after we broke up and left Motown. But yeah, the thing of this is it's all about my young years in the industry, who I was and the influences. And there's a lot in here about my relationship with Bobby DeBarge and what the story I was just telling you about what happened. It's in here. This book, it's on Amazon. I did a publishing deal through Amazon, but it's also on my website, which is www.switchentertainmentworld.com.
Okay.
And whomever goes there to get the book, if they ask for an autograph, a signed copy, I can do a signed copy. I can't do it with Amazon, but I can do it there. Okay. And again, it's www.switchentertainmentworld.com. It's there. Okay. And there's other stuff, other merchandise, the history of Switch, everything's there. You got to check it out for real.
Yeah, I'm going to put the link and post that so that people can be aware of that. But I think I know you covered just the bits and pieces, so I guess people buying the book will be able to get a full detail because, as I said, your journey sounds like a film, and you can in Hollywood they add stuff just to give a nice sweet ending. But uh, I guess when you read the book, there's a lot more that we're going to
Oh
listen
God,
to and be able to read through that book. So it's going to be something I'm going to
absolutely.
read.
In fact, I'll tell you this, and you can tell your audience: go on Amazon and check the reviews on this book. The reviews are amazing. There's at least 25 reviews on there. Check them out. I think they're pretty honest. I think they say a lot about it. But yeah, I was blessed to write a good book too. They call me a storyteller now. So,
No, as
and
I
you know
said,
what? And getting back to point, let's just call this part A of the interview, and we'll do part B.
yeah, no, definitely, because you could tell that I'm so fascinated by your life and your career. And that's why, and I know you're pressed for time, so I said, I'm gonna put a break to it now and be able to come reschedule, because you spoke about being a manager and all the been and coming back in to switch. So I want us to take a time with that. So
I like that. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
And soon, man. And soon. We can pick it up whenever you want to pick it up.
Yeah, no, I'll send you a message just to see where you to get to when your dates are clear, because I know that I told you when I was interviewing Tony, it starts off at 10, 20, 30 minutes, and then because when you're speaking to somebody who has such a rich history, more questions keep coming in, so you don't even realize when it's an hour and a half down, 2 hours, three
Right.
hours. So
Right.
I realized you got a lot of phone calls saying where you at. So I'll give you the space to stop now, and offline I'll send you some emails to see what dates are great. But I'm gonna make sure that before this comes out, I'll put out the links where people can get the book.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd
Yes.
appreciate it. And yeah, man, hit me anytime. It doesn't matter. We'll pick it up and go from there.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
And somewhere in between
us for even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
she's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay.
They understand what those boys do in all
Play it.
These guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all different genres.